If these names are familiar to you, they've been around in the Revolution community for a while, so I'm looking forward to see what they give us tonight. I am Temporal, and I'm joined in the casting/producing role by Rincewind, who's pulling double duty tonight. So Rincewind, welcome and thanks for coming along. And this looks like it could be a great match between these teams.
Hopefully it will. Fair notice on my audio thing, when I unmuted, it took a couple seconds for it to come up with the little thing that says the audio is on and something is happening. So you might have cut out the first one, but greetings. I'll be pulling double duty tonight, as Temporal said before. So I'll be more of a commenter, and Temporal's going to take the lead on this. So we hear that lovely accent for most of this game. I'll be trying to provide you with the best possible view that I can.
That you will. I've witnessed your work before, and it's been absolutely excellent. Speaking of excellent, so these teams, as I mentioned, we've seen them before in Revolution. They're in the last season, and of particular is a match they played during the regular season last season. Ragnarok Academy took that one away 4-0 last time, so TG Virus perhaps looking for a little bit of revenge. Both teams in the current season sitting winless at the moment, so good news for the winner of today's matches. They will get their first win on the board. They'll get the momentum going. Hopefully that will stick with them for the rest of the season. And a lot of the rosters as well, relatively unchanged from the last time they faced off. So hopefully they have a good feel of what the other team plays like, what to expect coming out. There is a little bit of new blood brought in. So briefly go through the teams. For the side of Ragnarok Academy, we have Thorcraft, Toad, Scripter, Domina Homina, Yugto, and Hitman. For the side of TG Virus, it appears their starting 6 will be Govan, Eutanizer, Stragglenuts, Maxed Wood, Delta 40, Photosynth, and on the bench they have the Postman and Atari. And the first map, it looks like, will be Lijiang Tower. And I suppose we should get that out of the way. This is the last day of the current hero bans. So Arissa, May, Hanzo, and Baptiste still banned. We'll go into the new week next week. And any matches going forward will have the new hero bans, which we don't need to discuss right now because it's not relevant. But yes, the first map will be Lijiang Tower. And do you think for the sides, for either side, do you think the hero bans will be a detriment to them? Well, maybe looking to play that May or Hanzo on Lijiang Tower?
Well, Lijiang Tower, especially the indoor map, which is the control center, is normally the, if you think of a May map, that's the one. She also switched out during Goat's meta for the Diva, just for the chokehold control. It'll be fairly interesting. I've seen actually quite a bit of... These
names are familiar to you. They've been around in the Revolution community for a while, so I'm looking forward to see what they get.
Oh, sorry, I just had the stream open, so I got a recording of your introduction. It seems like it actually worked. Either way, so I've seen quite a bit of Junkrat coming from teams on that map. Since it is one of the more favorites on that stage.
And you know what? I didn't realize they actually hadn't picked the map yet. The selection will be Busan.
Ooh.
So perhaps a little less Junkrat, a little more. I'm looking forward to seeing maybe a bit of Tracer, a bit of Sombra brought out. Those are both heroes who see, especially with May gone, it makes life a little easier for those flanking heroes. You're not worried about getting frozen or copping an icicle to the eye socket. Always exciting to see them. And no Orisa, of course, means tanks get to have some fun. You see those Reinhardt swinging through. We've seen multiple players on these teams play Reinhardt before. So I'll be interested to see. Ooh, we got a special guest in the casting booth.
Hello.
Oh,
hi, here for Revolution. I actually can't stay here for very long. I just came in to say that I love you, Revolution, and I hope the games are going well. I have a scrim. I'm forced to go to them, Temporal.
I thought you here to coach Ragnarok, get them through this match. Or do they need you now?
I wish I could. I wanted to, but then we got a scrim. So I guess I have to...
if you're unaware, Sir is the coach of Ragnarok Academy.
Yes, so. I'm the coach. Y'all already know. I got them big brain strats. All right. Anyway, have a good stream. I hope everyone watching is soothed by Temporal's sleepy time voice.
Thanks for coming in, sir. There you go. That was our pre-game interview. No real questions asked, but you know, that's how we roll here. So the team's just getting set up. You looking forward to the hero band's changing rings?
Not
Now we're going to lose
particularly.
what?
I've actually
Reinhardt, Reaper, Ana.
I've been grinding comp, and it's been quite the horror of that. My Ana is pretty nutty, or at least I believe so, and being forced to basically only play Baptiste, or actually Brig. The Mercy is my other favorite currently in comp.
Ah.
So.
Oh, that's right. This is the week of two support bands, isn't it?
Yep. So the Moira and Ana out. Surprisingly enough, you can get away with. I still had games on Brig. When I switched from Brig to Lucio back and forth, still had 20k healing. So comparable amount of healing that I would have normally on Ana. It's just a lot more fights, and the games seem to last forever.
Well, enjoy what you see here tonight, folks, because this will be the last night for this week at least, where you'll see Orisa, May, and Hanzo out of the meta. So yeah, hopefully their teams put on a good shot as we are getting ready to load into the map. It's making sounds, giving me that nice Busan music. We'll sit in the karaoke bar for a bit. And we'll see what the teams roll out on with. The first is the downtown map. Do you expect to see anything? Okay, actually, yeah, from a tank perspective, I think we're probably likely to see a Ryan Diva or Ryan Zarya. But from a DPS perspective, what do you expect to see from the teams, particularly here on downtown?
Nothing extraordinary either from either team. It's always up to something. Oh, come on.
Ready for battle.
I'm sorry, I'm having a couple issues with the overlay. There we go.
That's all right.
Just want to make sure that the logos didn't decide to flee somewhere, as you can see currently in the overlay as well.
5, 4, 3.
It is Sunday night there, right?
1. Round 1. Capture.
Good, just checking. Seeing the teams roll out, and I may have got the day wrong on the hero bands. We are seeing a May on the field. You know what? I won't talk about the hero bands because apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. As both teams, so they're engaging on the point. We're seeing an interesting setup come out from the side of Ragnarok. These Sigma Zarya combo up front, not something you see every day.
Incorrect.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I will actually have them.
Sorry, as we try and figure out who is in charge of the lobbies.
I think it's a Thorcraft. Give me 1 second.
Anyway, in that fight, so that unusual setup paid off for the side of Ragnarok. They're able to take the point and start their progress, counting that counter up. As the teams are finally figuring out the May is not supposed to be being played today. It's still a weird setup. Well, we'll get stuff in the background. I mean, it's still a weird setup coming out from the side of Ragnarok in the absence of, I believe, well, they must have believed it to be Reinhardt. They've decided to go with the Sigma Zarya. I thought that, I don't know. I know that I saw that was suggested that might be played somewhere. I don't remember if it was on
The setting is that on Monday, so tomorrow is the day it would change. So in this case, they are currently running the wrong hero bands, so they will have to reset it.
It'll be interesting to find out. We can go look at the announcements. If I remember where it was announcement. Match 3 announcements. Hero bans will be announced on Thursdays and come into effect the following
no worries.
Monday.
They're going to reset the lobby for us, and then we will restart this match. it is slightly confusing with the delay. A lot of people argue for one side, a lot of people argue for the other one. It was a decision that was made that it will be time lagged to give people a little more breathing room to come up with comps. Seems like that was still a...
Yeah, it was interesting to see the choice of using, you've got Reinhardt, you've still got Orisa available, you've still got Winston available, and yet Ragnarok chose to roll out with Sigma in the main tank role. Is that something you would expect to see from teams?
Reese, Sigma as a main tank, he is fairly good. He does have the shield here, he does have the eat that Diva has. Depending on how you run it as a brawl one, you can get away with Sigma as a main tank. Him and Hammond are in a slightly weird spot that they can be hybrid tanks, both main and off tank.
Yeah, I believe
on how you run the comp, so...
Yeah, I believe Blizzard had probably intended, I think they had said in one of the developer updates, they intended Sigma to function as the main tank, but, what the developers may desire is something the community takes and goes, you know what, nah, we want him as an off tank.
I don't think it's the community, I think it's the issue of the pros. They find the best possible way to run something, and having that double shield, especially a flexible shield. Other tanks like Orisa, they pop down. Reinhardt is on his person, but that Sigma had that deployable shield that he was able to block angles. He had CC stun damage, and of course the ultimate, which basically reduced half health on every single character, seemed like beautiful and incredibly oppressive. And since you had the deployable shield, we were able to rotate it out a lot easier than with Reinhardt. It just became meta.
Indeed. Yeah, and it makes sense too. You see, you do see the double shield also of Ryan Orisa coming in sometimes in teams that want to play Sigma. So yeah, I can see the logic in that. Again, it's you at least got two shields there. You can block different angles and whatnot. Who knows? We won't be seeing that today with Orisa out of the. While we're seeing Orisa out of the rotation.
Yeah, Orisa's going to be out of the rotation, so we're going to be seeing standard.
I'm looking forward to seeing a little more, perhaps maybe a little more dive played as well. So, you've taken out the core of the bunker composition, and you've taken away May, such a big oppressor of dive. You put those walls up, trap a hero slightly out of position. You slow the diving tanks down. It's frankly nice to see. One day, the guys on the watch point, or the guys and girls on the Overwatch, the watch point desk will pull May out of the little lottery spinner thing.
Well, there was actually an update today on that, whether or not to watch that premiere video, where they're going to be changing that pulling to be more weighted. So if a character, for example, like May has 70% of play rate, she gets more little papers in the tumbler, whilst characters like Soldier, who only saw 1 week's worth of don't get picked 6 times, or
and so even when Soldier was in the barrel, I think Sideshow pulled it out 2 or 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it was 3 times in a row, and especially since Diva and May still have not been banned, even though
they just played so much. I mean, yeah.
Even when Reinhardt was banned in a bunker comp, May is still beautiful. She recently got a nerf to her wall, which is, I think, one of her strongest suits. But we will see what the future brings.
There you go. We're seeing the teams sitting in spawn currently, but looks like the heroes they're hovering over are the more standard compositions you would expect, particularly in that tank line coming from Ragnarok Academy. We'll see whether or not they choose to roll out with it very soon. As I type in the wrong thing. We might see a Sigma on the field anyway from the side of TG Virus instead, though. Mr. Postman opting for that hero. Interesting choice. So we're still getting that double barrier that we talked about beforehand. But up against Scripted with that Zarya, of course, less barrier available for the team. But it means a bit more damage coming out too, depending on how charged that Zarya gets. Reaper McCree's as well, chunking out the damage there onto the shields, and once those are down, onto the front line of the opposing team. Oh, there's a good bio grenade. Govan forced back. Has to avoid those hammer swings coming through from Thorcraft. Oh, it's the damage coming through from the side of TG Virus that is doing the damage here. Great respect. Sorry, great play, great rotation by Govan, moving back and allowing the rest of his team just to fill that void and take care of business.
It's pretty standard coming from both sides. You do have the main out there, so going off the double shield is a fairly good comp for these kind of fights.
See Stragglenut's on the high ground, taking care of Hitman. There's a Ditto in the back line. That just gives a little bit of space for Straggonuts to keep getting the work done. Actually, I think Max would. Maybe that sleep was a little bit slow, didn't quite get anything done. And Govan pulling up for the final kills here. TG Virus in a commanding position right now. They're only up to 36%, but they've effectively got Ragnarok Academy caught in their spawn for the moment. Straggonuts going on a little race step flank.
Well, he's building up that ult that he wants to use here.
The rotation.
See if my prediction is going to be correct.
Well, the rotation from Ragnarok Academy is good. It avoids that Reaper on the high ground. They've made their way to the point. They're just going to cap it. TGFR is willing to give that up for now. Oh, there's a good charge there. Thorcast gets the nano boost to make sure they stay alive in the middle of that gravitic flux. Not really going to do much to a nano boost at Reinhardt. We'll see if they're able to take Stragglenut out of the fight. Oh, the Earthshatter comes through. Brilliantly, definitely avoided with the Wraith form from Stragglenut, who unleashes that Death Blossom as well, takes Hitman out of the fight, while Eutanizer and Max would come back and clean up the point, flipping the back into TG Virus's favor.
It was a very clean fight there. We're down a couple people, especially Govan was caught out right at the beginning of the fight there. It seems they're able to stabilize on the back of Max Wood and regroup here. And we still have a heavy ult advantage for the side of Ragnarok. PG Virus.
It's going to be very difficult for Ragnarok Academy to make any purchase on the point, let alone capture it and hold on with Stragglenuts getting in the back line. There you go, a blessing there. Thorcraft able to block the Earthshatter from Govan, but the Dead Eye on the high ground is just too good. Takes Scripted out of the fight. That Zoe was so close to having the Graviton Surge. It's not going to be available as 95% is showing on the clock. Point is about to hit overtime, but there's barely any presence for the side of Ragnarok Academy right now. It's just Lucio bouncing around the point, trying to stay alive. Oh, doesn't quite make it back. Overtime will burn down. TG Virus taking an early lead here on Busan.
Score 0-1.
Really clinical, really, from TG Virus. Once they took the point, they were in command. They stepped off a little bit, gave up the point, but that percentage, once they came back, didn't really matter at all.
I think the big difference was Postman here on the Sigma. You got a couple good stuns in as well, and having the additional damage was the issue. The other thing you're looking at is the Lucio difference. Did they? Oh, actually, they had Lucio. Never mind, they switched. But getting the point first and then snowballing it, and they still kept that humongous ult advantage throughout most of this fight.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
Well, we'll see if Ragnarok is able to make a difference here in the mecha base. No one pulling out the Devon. Diva's nominal home map, a little weird, but I'll live with it. I'll accept it. TG Virus taking the first aggressive stance up here on the high ground. Of course, they have the Lucio, and now the side of Ragnarok Academy does not have it. So they're lacking a bit of speed. Oh, Thorcraft taking the speed out of TG Virus's fight, but trade's going both ways. Perhaps slightly favoring Ragnarok Academy right now.
Quite a bit. They might have lost both their tanks, but both supports are alive on their side. And they have a Berg and a Reaper. That's fairly easy. We have Stragglenuts on the Junkrat. I do remember him being in Junkrat before in other matches.
Well, we'll see if that Junkrat is able to make the difference. Of course, there's no Diva here to eat up any of those grenades. Scripter on the Zarya probably salivating a little bit the opportunity for all that damage coming out from the Junkrat. Charge her up. Oh, Govan is the first to fall in this fight, and Ragnarok taking the opportunity to go straight forward. The nano boost on the Thorcraft, just swinging away. Strugglnut's eliminated from the fight. So now all of a sudden, Ragnarok looks like they're in a commanding position. They don't quite have the ultimates though. They were forced to use both their support ultimates in that fight as well as the Earth Shadow.
So it's going to be fairly big. They have Coalescence coming up on the side of TJ Virus, and they have the Coalescence here. And Max D would again with the high noon, but he's probably going to flag around here.
Oh, Postman! Not quite saved by the Coalescence. It does also require the Deadeye on the high ground. Scripter not able to escape that. Not able to hide behind it. Barriers all underneath. Delta 40 uses that Coalescence to finish off Domina and take out Hitman at the end as well. It looks like TG Virus will be in a position to recapture the point and capture the point, and start their own capture progress. I think that was really typified that TG Virus had the ultimates available to them, and they used them well. And look, they've still got ultimates. They've still got their tank ultimates and the Sand Barrier. They're coming up on a Riptire as well. Look at the side of Ragnarok. They don't have much. They don't even have a Hitman in the Brigitte, on the Brigitte right now. Maxwood picking up.
It's an interesting name for that character.
You know what? I'd be terrified if I saw a Brigitte in my house with that flail.
Well,
Could use the Riptide there.
Brig is good with the armor upgrades, but she loses out just with not having the rotation here. As you can see, Utilizer basically rotates up and down with ease, just using that speed as well. He should have maybe grabbed a Postman as well, but having that speed rotation is going to be fairly heavy in favor of TJ Virus here.
Well, there's the rotation. They do finally make their way out. They're up on the high ground right now. Thorcraft goes low, forces a bit of protection to come in for the Reinhardt. There's the stun. Oh, Earthshatter's out from both teams. Death Blossom over the top as well. Won't quite get any kills. Oh, Toad stunned and killed. Maxwood doing the job there. Scripter throws out the Graviton Surge on the point. It does capture the Lucio and Utilizer, who's forced to use the Sound Barrier, but unfortunately for the side of Ragnarok Academy, it proves all too much. TG Virus able to hold on here. They've surpassed Ragnarok's percentage. Now they're looking like they could seal out Busan right here, right now. 1 or 2 fights maximum left in the map. And look what they have. Postman has not even had to use that Gravitic Flux yet.
He's been sitting on
Anyone
quite
trying?
a little well, but he's been slow in the rotation, so he's not been able to use it so far. But now's
There you go, comes it now. Oh, Thorcraft going for us, going for a fly through the sky, comes down, gets stunned so low. Won't be eliminated. The support healing is there, but it is all too much for the rest of Ragnarok Academy. While they're trying to keep that Reinhardt alive, the TG Virus will burn down the remaining members, and they will seal off Busan, putting themselves in an early 1-0 lead.
Play of the game.
So yeah, an impressive start by the side of TG Virus. Looks like they've got this meta in hand quite a bit. Maybe Ragnarok put a little out of sorts, given that they've probably been practicing competitive with the new competitive hero bans, as we saw them roll out on.
Well, potentially. Well, you saw how they pulled out the different rotation on the characters here. They should have at least practiced the other one, so they might be rusty on the first map. But TJ Virus here, they had an interesting comp so far, and they came out strong here. I don't know what can I say. I'm trying to. It's just. They had the Sigma. It seems like Postman with that double shield wasn't more comfortable there. He might just be more versed in that double shield coming in, and they did have the Junkrat here with the extra spam through chokes, which, yes, Zarya gets charged of it, but Junkrat spam is quite a bit, so she might be potentially charged, but those bubbles will break fairly easily. So it was up to Thorcraft to manage his shield better, and it seems that with the extra backup, Govan seemed to be in a more comfortable position to hold aggression with his team.
I do enjoy watching Postman play. We're seeing quite a bit of flexibility coming out of him. I know last season he played a fair bit of Reinhardt, was getting bullied around quite a bit by the May in a couple of matches that I saw. So I'm sure he's glad that May is not in the meta for today. Sorry, not in the pool for today. But it's good to see him coming out on the Sigma as well, proving that he's adept at multiple tank roles.
Well, it might be only this one. Sombra really got a nice buff a couple days ago. So let's see whether or not Ragnarok is going to pick up that one, because that is the other vein of main tanks, especially Sigma with his 1 second to redeploy and a shield. If he's not careful, he's going to be a fairly easy hack target. Even though he does
Honestly,
have that health pool, and you probably would go more for the Reinhardt instead, or potentially the Lucy as a hack target, but you never know.
Honestly, is there any DPS hero that isn't the bane of a tank's life? We saw the
There
McCree
is.
in there, just a quick flashbang. Oh, I'm gone. The Doomfist. Oh, it punched me out of the way. I'm gone.
Well, if you're Reinhardt steadfast, the Doomfist doesn't do anything anymore. You
Oh, that's a
win
good
that
point. They
matchup
did
just
change that.
basically with the knockback and upback is still. He does get the shield, but Fire Strike still does the 75 damage. Swing still does quite a bit of damage. And unless he has an nano boost here, he's not going to be able to one-shot you, and you should be able to counter-pin him as well.
It's always fun, especially if you charge at the same time that the Doomfist is using that rocket punch. You know, somehow a giant German man in a massive suit of armor countered by just a guy wearing pants and a glove. Probably a little uncomfortable, I think, for Reinhardt.
If you look at the lore, especially during the original announcement of Overwatch, with the Winston, Tracer, Widowmaker, and Reaper, the
in the
glove
museum,
was told to basically be able to punch down skyscrapers. As you can see, it actually was strong enough to actually smash recess and fortify into a wall, as you can see. Actually, no, I think she got you saw that one. At least the OR.
Those are the
ones and
they were the
had that.
precursors. Yeah.
See, those are the OR 4s, I believe. But
Welcome to
here's a
the
little
Alpha.
thing which I am slightly concerned about, especially with that loophole in the storyline, is
Initiating
that oh, they actually switched sides. Let me swap them.
Yep.
That little tidbit of swapping. I'm sorry, guys. It seems that
That's all right.
the overlay doesn't like me, or more in particular, it does not like the symbols today. So they're going to be moving up and down a little bit here and there. So I am going to have to.
As we
Ready
load
for battle.
into Rialto, TG Virus now taking up the defensive posture first. Ragnarok Academy will be on attack, hoping to make some kind of impression into this match. Currently a map down. They want to stabilize here. They don't want TG Virus getting too far ahead of them. And Ragnarok Academy actually coming off the back of a very close series. And they unfortunately lost that 3-2, so they'll be champing at the bit for another opportunity to take out a W here today. Although TG Virus, no stranger to close series as themselves. They're in the Division 3 finals last year. They almost pulled off the reverse sweep against Helios Chroma, but unfortunately were denied on that last control map. They're looking for a little bit of revenge this season, hopefully taking out the crown, but right now we are seeing a Junkrat again from Struggle Nuts. Loving this hero, and you know what, it's pretty decent, especially here in Rialto where there's lots of opportunity for the concussion mines just to push people off the side.
Yeah, but it's going
As
to
I
be
say that-
Toad here on the fair. Mercy is going to give him quite a bit of pressure here. It's going to be up to McCree here on the side.
Yeah, Max Wood, a lot of pressure right there, forced to deal with the opposing McCree and the Fire in the sky. It'll be very difficult. As I say, that Scriptor and Yukto for the side of Ragnarok going very low, forced to back off a little bit. And Thorcraft under a lot of pressure right now, has the friendly bio grenade on them, but he is still going down very low. Has to retreat back around the corner. No, okay, chooses to go forward, gets killed. Hitman taken out of the fight as well. Max Wood doing a great job there, finishing that off. Newtonizer, okay, chiming in with 2 kills of their own. Wow, that was a very quick nano boost coming in from Delta 40.
Yeah, you did drop a little low there, Govan, so having that as well. You did get 1 kill off the back of it, but it was maxed with the, I know it's Domo, oh god, I can't remember.
Maxed wood.
No, the other one, the Domo.
Oh, Domina Homina. Domina Homina. Oh, Stragglenuts taking Toad out of the sky. We thought Stragglenuts would have trouble with the opposing Farah. Turns out no, the Farah's having trouble with the opposing Junkrat. Sound barrier there to keep Stragglenuts alive. Not quite soon enough to keep Govan in the fight. Now the Nano Boost wears off on Thorcraft, lays down the Earth Shatter. Doesn't quite get anything. Will force a Riptire out of Stragglenauts, who takes out 2, the Deadeye as well. Maxwood chiming in with 3 kills of their own, including the entire pharmacy. That is another great fight win for the defending team.
They decided to play a little more low ground or ground Farah there, and that's what caught them out with the tire. Nice. Oh no, the backline got destroyed. This tire there.
Though, most of Postman, again, familiar position now, sitting on top of that Gravitic Flux, waiting to use it. Side of Ragnarok has a few more ultimates available to them though. They are coming up on that Barrage Graviton combination. They have the Deadeye as well, perhaps to create a little space from Domino. We'll see where that chooses to get used. As TG Virus opting to hide a little bit more around the corner, they perhaps suspect they know what's coming. Govan, taking a few swings, going low. Stragglenuts picks script up. Oh, hey, the rock. Mr. Postman taking Toad out of the sky as well with that accretion. Oh dear. Ragnarok Academy not having much fun right now. As they are cleaned up though, as they dip below a minute left for the time bank. The benefit for them is they do have a few ultimates to work with, but unfortunately, so do TG Virus.
It's gonna be fairly advantage of Ragnarok here. They do have the nano, but Stragglenauts has been fairly grand with some tires which is coming out, which should be available at the beginning of this fight now.
Yep, Junkrat raining down grenades and just getting in the backline. Oh no, harassing Yugto. We do see the Deadeye from Maxwood as well, taking Toad out of the sky. Hitman as well. This McCree has that pharmacy absolutely pinned down. Finishes off Domina Homina as well. It looks like Ragnarok might finish. And they still got 3 ultimates in line. They didn't even get a chance to use what they have available so far. And look, some quick stops coming through. The barrage does nothing, as the barrage typically does. Wow, and that is a really solid hold from TG Virus, stopping Ragnarok at the first corner.
Maxwood popping off here, just having so much room with a double shield available. It seems like they did opt of enabling their hit scan DPS with that double shield, and he was able to pop off.
Indeed they were, and I mean that was just absolutely solid from the TG Virus, and I guess a little unfortunate for Ragnarok. They get 1 or 2 members picked off at the start of each fight, meant they couldn't commit to a proper fight, and you face that as a player. You lose a player at the start and you go, okay, do we commit? Do we fall back? And unfortunately they just had to face that choice so many times. In the end, they couldn't go in with a clean 6 and
Ready for battle.
A clean 6 into a 6v6 fight, and I guess that's good news for TG Virus, looking to set themselves up for a nice map win here, putting them on match point.
Attackers
I'm hoping we see Ragnarok seeing what they're running out with on the defense right now, going for a very bunkery defense without the actual usual bunker heroes. But I like what they're doing. You've got to do something here to hold. So it'll be a question of
especially with no, actually it's with I've not seen a lot of Torbjorn outside of comp, just because with that 50% shield that's currently available for that bunker meta, he seems fairly disgusting. But they do have that insane amount of spam damage against the shields. And Hitman here is already spotted. Stragglenuts trying to come in on the...
Maxwood has Domina locked down yet again. He can change hero Domina, get a bit of range, but it doesn't matter. Hitman is... sorry, not Hitman. Maxwood is going to find you. And now look at this. Oh, the rotation for TG Virus has split themselves up, but they're wrapped around the front line of Ragnarok Academy. No, Toad and Thorcraft out of the fight. Mr. Postman cleaning house right now. This card is pushing straight through TG Virus, easily putting themselves on match point on Rialto. Yeah, unfortunately for Ragnarok, just a bit overwhelmed. Their TG Virus came up, looked at what the defending team was playing, and they had the right rotation.
Well,
Look at that, they caught out the front line.
They had the spawn advantage here, and it was very unfortunate that they did lose Delta Hamina that first fight, and with the fantastic hold that came out from TG Virus here, they didn't have to push it far, they just had to push it a smidgen, and that's all they needed to do, so that's what they did, and with that, it's gonna be...
That's the reward. That's the reward for a good offense. Yep. So we'll see what comes next. So we are looking to just to rehost the game. No, we've lost a whole lot of people. All right.
Seems like there's some lobby issues.
Yes.
I am apparently switching lobby. I am going to grab you as well. Not sure what happened there, but apparently people were split half and half in lobby.
I don't think the game was expecting that map to finish that quickly, but that's all right. You know what? This is just a bit of time. Ragnarok can, they can sit in their comms, they can discuss what's been happening, how they need to change things up in order to come back in this match. There's still plenty of time for them to do that. We're only 2 maps in. You know, you take the next 2 maps out, you put yourself on match point. We go to the tiebreaker map. So, yeah, Ragnarok definitely not out of this at all.
Did they explain in chat exactly what happened?
No, I think people just left. So that's just... all we could see was people leaving and assigning the new owner to someone else.
Oh no, it's just why we switched lobbies so suddenly. So we're in Thorcraft's lobby, and then suddenly he was in a different lobby, and we were in another lobby. It's a very unique change in that sense.
Well, just be glad that I'm not hosting the lobby. Everyone will be playing with about 250 to 300 ping.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, there's actually a setting inside the lobby that you can change it to either East Coast or Central. Sorry, West Coast or Central. So you can physically choose Chicago or LAX depending on what you want to do, or you can select the default setting, which best available server for the people playing. So that would be. In that sense,
Yeah,
it's going to be TJ Virus is going to be the one picking up the map.
No, it'd be the loser picking map, so it'd be
yes.
Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, it is Ragnarok. Oh, sorry. Temple
right.
of Anubis.
Mm.
Where are you, Temple of Anubis, on this?
Is it under A for Anubis or T for Temple? Or O for Of?
It's T for Temple, surprisingly enough.
Well, so maybe someone filed it, you know, first name, last name style, that it of Anubis, comma, Temple. So it's under O.
Oh, no. I don't think it's that bad. That would actually be quite weird if they did manage to do that kind of thing.
No, I don't think anyone is crazy enough to do that. So Temple of Anubis, again, another map we could see Strugglenuts come in on the Junkrat, particularly on defense. Very good in the choke points here, though you're not able to combo with that May. So maybe a little reprieve for the side of Ragnarok, not seeing... sorry for the side of Ragnarok, not seeing that May if they're facing into a Junkrat.
And since they're going to seem to be swapping once more...
No, they're not. The lobby to switch them around to begin with. TG Virus is staying on defense first, and Ragnarok is attacking first.
They are?
It's just the initial setup of the lobby was reversed.
Alright, so TJ Virus is in blue, Ragnarok is in red. Alright, yeah, there we go.
Correct.
I've been switching them back and forth, so it's been...
You if you switch them back and forward fast enough, they'll turn into purple. So teams can be
It's
purple.
True. I just wanted to make sure that I had a little room to breathe and could, in fact, update the overlay correctly, since apparently the Ragnarok symbol is so incredibly big and the TJ Virus one is so incredibly small. It actually causes quite the interesting effect when you either swap it, because one goes down, the other one goes up in comparison. It just seems I need to potentially get some new pictures, or just make all of the ones crop to the same size. That might be the thing to go either way.
Alright, the teams are readying up, making sure the right players are on the right teams for now, and we're also seeing a swap coming through. Toad has been subbed out, Flatliner will be coming in for the side of
Now
Ragnarok
entering
Academy.
the Temple of Anubis.
We'll see what change that entails for their compositions. Perhaps a Mercy main,
Match.
sorry, Mercy specialist, definitely not a Baptiste specialist. Well, if you are a Baptiste specialist, you're shit out of luck, Flatliner. So yeah, I think for the side of Ragnarok Academy, you've seen Struggle Nuts play Junkrat twice now on 2 different game types, and you come to Temple of Anubis, you think, you know what, I reckon there's going to be a Junkrat, so hopefully we see them adapt to that, expect that to be coming, maybe
Ready for battle.
Well, they're
Pick
definitely
something
going to
interesting to
run
counter
Junkrat here,
that.
and since they're opting for defense first. I'm gonna assume they're gonna do a really good job, similar to the one they did at Rialto holding. But this is we're just down Ragnarok's only down 2 games, so if they're able to find their strat, find their groove in this next map, they can still pull out a win.
indeed they could. We're seeing that Sigma come out again from Mr. Postman, but interestingly, we may see Scripter on it as well. I'd be curious to see whether this Symmetra that Yukto is hovering over is just to get us out of spawn quickly, or an actual considered strat. You know, using that teleporter.
Dodge that Junkrat, so using teleporter for the early rotation is a nice.
As long as you can get it up without having destroyed. Oh, so they're not even going to use it to get in the main gate. They're going to use it to get onto the point. That is a smart play. I love that. Delta 40, the only one on the high ground though, throws in a great fire grenade who hits 4 people. Thorcraft is then burnt down by Max Wood. And now, oh no, they're trapped in this room though. Maybe you're trapped in here with Domina. No, we'll be taken out of the fight. Stragonauts throwing in those Junkrat grenades. Just going to absolutely clean house. Oh no, picks up 3 kills in that fight. It's just Yukto teleporting away, trying to get out. May get out, may get hunted down, we'll see. No, Symmetra is able to get away in the end. That was a good, that was a good rotation from Ragnarok Academy. They got on the point, but unfortunately, they trapped themselves in a tiny room and allowed Struggle-Nuts to throw in those grenades. And now look what you're facing. A Riptire. Nano Boost is there as well. The Riptire will be the first one out as Ragnarok Academy try the same strat again. Yukto gets slept immediately as they come out of the teleporter as the Riptire picks up 3. Govan taking that Symmetra out of the fight as well. Another clean team fight win for the side of TG Virus.
Well, they might need to adjust their plan here with Delta sitting back here on the left and high ground. He's always going to spot where the teleporter goes as long as we're close to the point. Everything else, and as you saw before, he has just waited time and then just thrown a beautiful nade into that spot. Oh, but seems they're going to be opting for a little more high speed here. Already on point.
Yeah, they've changed up the composition significantly. Have Ragnarok. Thorcraft now on the wrecking ball, gets on the point, touches just to drag the defenders back, but gets killed for their efforts. And now it's in the high ground, at least taken by Ragnarok Academy, but they are losing numbers, unfortunately. Oh, Boostio on the field! Euthanizer picking up Yukto with the help of that Nano Boost as well. The rest of TG Virus not wanting to miss out on the action. cleans up the rest of the attacking team as well. 1 minute 40 left on the clock, and not much to show for it for the side of Ragnarok Academy. On the side of TG Virus, look at that. They have both their tank ultimates. They have the Sam Barrier, the Deadeye. They are loaded for bear right now. It's going to be very difficult for Ragnarok Academy to make progress on this point. The nano boosted Thorcraft got booped away in the middle of that pile driver. Oh, it's funny seeing that hamster fly around. Struggle Nuts picks up Yuto straight away. Scripter, gets taken out of the fight before they're able to use the Gravitic Flux. Thorcraft down as well. No tank line available for the attacking team as they dip under 60 seconds left. Look at that. 2 ultimates used by the defending team. They're still held on to 3, including that crucial Riptire. So Ragnarok, they have ultimates of their own. At least they have the, crucially, they have the sound barrier. So if Hitman's able to time that properly, they'll be able to avoid the Riptire that comes out now. Oh no, not going to avoid that. 4 kills from Straggle Nuts. They are on fire right now on this Junkrat. As it did below 20 seconds left. So the only ultimate coming in now will be that sound barrier, and they may have to use that just to get into the point. And of course, it can be countered by Euthanize's own sound barrier, meaning that the TG Virus have the same survivability available to them that the attacking team does. There you go, the Wrecking Ball's in, touching the point. Thorcraft doing their best to trigger over time. The sound barrier is good, it keeps Thorcraft alive. The Earthshatter though, from Govan is even better, lays down 2. Cleanup will be there. Yuto does their best. The Deadeye takes out Delta 40, but the rest of the kill feed is all blue. I take that back. Domina's able to pick up Maxwood, but in the end, TG Virus pulling off the full hold and opening up an easy avenue to close out this match, or at least take the match and close it out on the next map.
Well, it's best of 4. If they get this third one in, they will win the match. The last one is just for map score.
Indeed.
By the way, so far, really strong showing from TG Virus. Interesting enough, I remember this team. They actually, this will be the first victory of the season.
Yeah, both of these teams currently looking for their first victory in this season.
No, actually, Renaissance has already won one. At least they won 3 maps. While TG Virus is getting the first map wins going today.
Attackers incoming.
Definitely looking brighter for them, and they're hoping, I guess, that they can carry this form into the rest of the season as well. Maybe they're just waiting for the right hero pool to suit them. Whatever it is, it happens to work.
Revamp their team a little bit, but they're just. I love when a team starts a little bit, but then they get their act together and they come out swinging. So I hope the same comes also up for Ragnarok Academy.
Well, they're definitely ready for the next the next hero bans. So for the next hero pool, probably use the correct language. So they're definitely ready for that. They've got those strats worked out for them. Maybe next week will be the week, but for now, see if they're able to hold off TG Virus. Look at this, the first kill finally coming through, both of them for the side of Ragnarok Academy. TG Virus making a play for the point. He's actually a very good point. Orisa is banned.
Oh yeah,
Oh, this is awkward.
it is slightly.
So yeah, that was a good fight, but unfortunately using Orisa yeah. You know what? I never thought I'd see a tank deliberately opt in for Orisa, even when you ban her. I never thought I'd hear a tank say, you know what, I still want to play her. Typically,
well,
yeah, I want to play something
has
different.
One of the best kits in the game, and it seems like we're opting on strategizing around having that double shield in. So when they were a little pressured, it was just, let's play default, let's play what we actually practiced. It's interesting, yeah. While we sort this out, Struggle Nut's actually opting for the Widowmaker, which I feel is a good
a good pick on this first point of Anubis, particularly on attack.
Right.
Sorry, anyway, yeah. So whilst, yeah, Struggle Knights, instead of going for the Junkrat on attack, which you don't sort of see that often, you also see opting for the Widowmaker, a more common sight. And you can sit on that hot doorway, pick off anyone opposing you, and particularly in the Widowmaker versus Ash battle, which they didn't know they were coming up to, but what we saw from Domina, Widowmaker will typically have the advantage, a range advantage, and a bit of power advantage as well. I'm not sure Ash is quite able to one-shot headshot a Widow.
You do get a
Ash
lot of
one kill
combo
an
damage
Ash?
with a pole and a dynamite, so you get the value, and you should be able to build up.
I don't deny that. I'm just thinking for a straight up Widow v Ash duel. Widow can one-shot kill Ash, but can Ash do the same thing to Widow?
No, it's only Widow that has the charge up
Yeah.
shot, which is able to.
Ash is a little short.
Shot. She does have a headshot multiplier, but I believe it takes her Widow down to like 10 health or 5 health, whatever it is. And it always depends whether or not Ash has a mercy
Damage
pocket
boost of some
on
kind.
her.
Yeah. Or Struggle Nuts is taking a little bit of damage, maybe body shot, headshot combo. I mean, lots of ways that Ash can do it. It's just quite difficult. So we're seeing Ragnarok Academy roll out and something a little more vanilla, a little more acceptable these days. Thorcraft back on the Reinhardt, Flatliner on the Moira as well. Interestingly, we're seeing both teams play the Sigma now, so Scripter's seen how great Postman has done with that hero and opting in for that as well. Not a terrible idea. We're seeing Struggle Nuts back on the Widowmaker, and we're seeing Max on the Pharah this time, but I believe they started on the McCree. Oh no, never mind. This is why I shouldn't talk about the attacking team before they roll out the doors. They go back onto the McCree that they've proved so valuable on right now. The double hit scan approach for the side of TGFI. See if they can get the job done, close out the map here. Oh, Yukto, that's a good start. Picking Eutanizer out. That's the speed gone. Even if TG Virus wants to retreat right now, they don't have the speed to do it. And so they've just, and look at that, they're trapped now. There's a couple members trapped on the point. Widowmaker still up on the high ground. Eutanizer able to pick Domina out of the fight. There you go. There's that Ash v Widow battle going on. Widow taking the advantage there. Haha, poor little Max trapped inside. Ends up being finishing off by Yukto.
But having that extra shield from Sigma is gonna deny quite a bit of sightlines
for that Widowmaker on the roof. Oh, on the archway, sorry. Indeed it will. It's a great start from Ragnarok. They've burnt off a whole minute off the time bank. The TGFR is wasting absolutely no time. They are going to make plays to the point over and over again if they can. Oh, Thorcraft gets charged, almost gets moved out of harm's way, but in the end does go down to Govan, swing of the hammer. Max Twood chimes in with 2 kills at the end of this fight. TGFR is all over this point. They are going to cap, and they've taken out them. They have taken out the match as well. So yeah, TG Virus going 3-0 up. Ragnarok still a little bit in it for them. They can at least take out the map, at least take another map and boost their map differential, which may be useful later in the season. But they great work so far by TG Virus. I mean, they've come out so strong today, and you know, if you were just to look statistically at their record, see them 2 losses, no wins on the board, you think, oh, maybe they're having a bit of trouble. But no, they've come out today and shown it was just a minor setback. They've come in today and they've absolutely dominated. Dominated. So the next map will be King's Road.
It's been a interesting fight, and since they're going to be picking up Scrim's Row as this last map for this game. It's pretty standard straightforward.
Pretty standard fare.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's King's Row. It is a map favorite. It's a team favorite from any team. And they're switching again.
No, TG Virus is still in the blue on the left.
Yes, but I needed to swap it when they
My bad.
swap the sides. So this will give me a brief moment of reprieve of trying to redo these logos. See, that's why I'm so appreciative of Shape, Soldier, or Sunmilk of doing this, because it is quite interesting in that sense of doing it.
Now entering.
Right, practice, practice, practice. Like with anything like the players are doing, the scrim's ready for a reason. You're practicing on this map. You know, as casters and producers, we practice, practice, practice. That's how you get better.
I know, but I really think this is it's not. I don't think it's OBS liking me. I think it's just the plugin software that does not like me, or potentially it is the I don't know. It seems like a.
That's all right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the teams play here. Kings Row, home of the Reinhardt Zarya composition. We typically, given how Postman has been playing on this Sigma, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that hero further from them today. Looking to close out with another a full hold here. Set themselves up for an easy map win, boost their map differential.
Well,
Academy,
yeah, it's you do want to win this map differential. The wins and losses and map differential get to decide on where you are at the end of the season tournament, your seeding. So if you get that map differential, it's going to be a little bit easier. So always pick up the map if you can. Always go for the win.
Oh, and some changes, some slight composition changes here for the side of Ragnarok. We're seeing Domina taking up the reins of the Widow. Hopefully that range advantage the Widow provides over the McCree will give them the benefit over Max Wood, though against Postman it might be a bit difficult. There we go, Yukto actually the first the first pick up a kill. Stragglenuts out of the fight. This is a Junkrat, all that spam damage gone. And, oh, Max will get him back onto Yukto though. It's now an even 5v5 on the point, but on the point Ragnarok is right now. Oh, Postman tries the accretion, gets slapped in the middle of it. Goes so low and burnt down in the end by Script.
The was already down the side of GG Virus here. It was the Widows sniping them. And with that, the advantage goes heavily in favor of Ragnarok on points.
Stragglenut's doing what they can from the high ground. But yeah, you're right. Without that healing, it was just a matter of time. Ragnarok, and look, Ragnarok smartly, they pressed their advantage as well. They didn't wait. They didn't lose one player and then go, oh, now we're 5v5. Wait, they kept pushing forward. And they gave him the point.
Where I think Zarya's going to shine quite a bit. Everything is in close quarter combat. As you can see, Scripted here, Scripted here, very, very high charge, just burning through the enemy shield here. And we can be clear tell with these spam
That Zarya is positively glowing as Thor's Earthshatter is blocked. Oh, Govans is even better, lays down 4. Oh my word. It picks up Flatliner on the back of that as well. I don't think you needed the nano boost there, Govan, but you know what? As a Reinhardt, you'll take it. Anything to make your hammer any more deadly, build up some more ultimate percentage. It's always a welcome thing. But the creation into spawn as well, Mr. Postman. Not willing to let the attacking team rest right now.
I've actually seen people being hooked out of spawn doors. Be careful there. It's not as safe as
There's the Graviton Surge invested by Scripto. Built that up quite fast. Now the Nano Boost onto Thor. Uses the great effect, charging Govan out of this fight. Mr. Postman done as well. No tank presence available for the defending team. Looks like Ragnarok will be able to march forward right now.
But it's going to be Stragglenuts who might be able, if he can build up this...
Domina! That was a very aggressive Widow there, right in the middle of the backline of the defending team. Does cause enough distraction to get out of the fight, and they will come back and not use the wall hacks. Domina switching onto the Ashe now. Hitman with that Transcendence as well will be important as Shacklenut's taken out of the fight. Great pick at the start of the fight by Yugto. Just get caught out by the fire strike from Govan, but you're not particularly worried right now. And that's what I was trying to say. Hitman has the Transcendence, and that would be the key to countering this Gravitic's Flux from Mr. Postman. No Lucio Sound Barrier, which is the normal counter to it. There you go, the Transcendence pops. Govan charges the Zenyatta away, but the speed boost in the middle of the Transcendence allows Hitman to get out of dodge and actually take Govan out of the fight, so maybe a charge you want back. There's the Earth Shatter from Thorcraft as well. Lays down Mr. Postman, takes a couple swings. Not quite able to finish off that Sigma, but the Discord Orb will make sure the Deadeye does finish the job. Dragonuts comes back with 1 kill, but it will be Hitman doing those Hitmanly duties, taking the Junkrat out of the fight. The cart will push through point B and put a solid 4 minutes 20 on the clock for the side of Ragnarok to push through point C.
Seems like Ragnarok is finally taking their namesake to word here. Going to be trying to show the days for TJ Virus. Not as funny as I hoped I would want to, but I'm still going to go for it.
That's right. No, we'll take any and all puns here at Evolution. Overwatch, it's actually in the rules. Casters must make puns. There you go. Govan has the nano boost, swinging away, charges the cart, but you know, you can't push the cart back. That'd be a scary thought. You saw Reinhardt charging the cart backwards, you know, running people over. Get out of my way.
That's exactly what push is going to be, the new over-competitive Overwatch 2 kit. And I really hope it we're going to replace Assault in the comp rotation.
Don't be silly. They'll be doing, you know, we've got hero bans, we'll start map bans, and we'll end up on game mode bans, and we'll ban everything but Assault at some point.
I'm all for push. I just wish they would take then replace it with Assault. Otherwise, it's
I'm not against
it would
push
be
either.
6 game modes there, and best of 5 would basically depend on what game modes you would pick.
Indeed. Oh, that's a good dynamite. Hits Govan, forces the Reinhardt back. Thorcraft now has the nano boost, but has to stop. I believe got trapped on the corner there. Forced to use that shield to respect the Deadeye as well from Maxwood. Great little combination right there. There's another Gravitic Flux from Mr. Postman, countered by another Transcendence of Hitman. Both these heroes building up at about the same time now. Scripter's Gravitic Flux is encountered by the Sound Barrier. Great job by the supports of both teams, countering these impactful tank ultimates. And Hitman taking a dive off the side. Oh dear, Hitman got a contract on themselves, I believe, in the middle of that. Yukto hunted down, does take Govan out of the fight. Brief little window now for Ragnarok where they can come in and not have to face the Reinhardt shield, but they are still facing a Sigma shield and the accretions, as Thorcraft just found out. Oh, that Reinhardt's so low, the shield down. Oh no, Thorcraft taken out of the fight. That's not what you wanted to see as the attacking team. The Scripter going down as well, taking that high charge to the grave. Ragnarok will finally have a proper reset here. But they've still got 2 minutes on the clock thanks to that impressive push they've had through on point A and through the streets phase. See what they have in store. They have the Bob. Look, I'm looking out for Dominant. I want to see a last-minute Bob back cap on the point, you know. TJ Rice pushed too far forward. Bob will charge through, win out the day for Ragnarok. I want to see that. Please, Dominant, make it happen. Well, that's a good start, taking Stragglenuts out of the fight. Yukto's been doing that quite a bit this round. There's Bob in the fight, in the backline. Oh no, gets asleep. Oh, that change didn't make it from the PTR. No, Mr. Postman out of the fight. That's a great Earthshatter as well. Lays Bob down, lays a couple of members. Euthanizer is the victim before the Giant Omnic leaves the field. In the middle of that, Govan able to pick up 2 kills. So it looked like a good chance for Ragnarok to finish out the map. You know, coming in with a massive time bank, coming with the ultimate advantage in that fight, and suddenly turned on its heels. They're now down to 45 seconds left. And we'll have the Graviton Surge available to them, and there's a brief window where there won't be any support ultimates on the side of TG Virus to counter it. So he's hoping Scripter can make great use of that ability.
Also, while at the beat. Yeah, it's
too little, too long.
It's very difficult, especially with the team trying to
Oh, gravity all over the field. One to bring everyone in, one to raise everyone up in the sky. No direct kills off that as the Sound Barriers from both Lucios, keeping all 12 people alive. Though Yukto is not long for this world. A couple of kills coming out from both teams. Very back and forth. This Riptide, though, could make all the difference. It does. It takes out 2. And now it's just Thorcraft alone on the cart. Domina is in the back line trying to get things done. Takes Euthanize out, but they will be killed. Over time, will bend, and no one else will be able to touch. In the end, though, a respectable push from Ragnarok Academy. They can defend. They have plenty of room to defend in and take out this map.
This last point has always been fairly horrible in these game modes, since you have such a close spawn advantage for the defending side. They can stagger out, they can get their people back faster, and yeah, Straggle Nuts, this point is perfect. It is a nice high ground here. There's only one phase to attack, not many rotations available for the attacking team, so he's able to lay in quite a bit of damage here. I did like Hitman on that Zenyatta here. You saw how fast he was able to build up that ult here, matching Postman with his ult charge every single time during that street phase. Nice op for him, saving his team just during that entire phase of their attack.
Where we saw it a couple of times. You're playing without the Lucio, without the Sam barrier. It's all down to that Zenyatta. You're the only support ultimate available that can shield your entire team. And yeah, as you said, fantastic work from him, man. I love the change. Probably not sticking on the Zenyatta for the defense, hovering over that Lucio right now. Though given the speed Lucio goes, he'll probably get back to spawn, get back as Zenyatta before the round starts. Nope, not going for that. Going for an interesting DPS setup from the defending team. Back on the Torbjorn, which we saw earlier from Muto, but the legs are on the field. Domina on the Soldier 76.
You got a buff. His Helix Rockets is now cooldown 2 seconds shorter, so he can put so much more shield damage out. He has soul survivability, so he's going to be able to help with the frontline pressure and, yep, catch Stragglers up here in the high ground.
And there's a change from Stragglenuts as well on the Doomfist now, wanting to get in there, make themselves a nuisance. Oh, Govan, a great charge through, but gets bio-grenaded, so no healing coming through. The Reinhardt is forced back. Stragglenuts now on the high ground behind, has been spotted out by Domina. So at least Ragnarok is aware that that Doomfist is sneaky around the back, looking for an opportunity to come in and lay down the damage. Maxwood takes Yuto out of the fight. Stragglenuts goes in deep. Oh my word, able to get the rocket punch onto Domina. It's eventually finished off by Flatline, but the kills, while they're going both ways, will favor the attacking team as they are closer to the point. Though, as I say that, my mistake, the tank line for the side.
The main field is still alive for the side of...
for the Ragnarok,
Delta
yes.
is still
right.
alive. He can still put out the healing. Delta can still put out the healing here, and with the main tanks coming back now, and Flatline is going to be behind the Nano, which is heavy and
Also, Flatliner has the advantage of the turret there, supporting them in the backline as well. Oh, their Shadow comes through both Reinhardts, but Thorcraft gives their life in the middle of that, not quite getting the value they wanted off that. The Gravitic Flux on the point now for the defending team. Govan is so low, but the Sam barrier keeping that Reinhardt live. Oh, the Molten Core will make sure they're not able to escape with their life. Domina finishes off Postman as well. A lot of ultimates expended by Ragnarok. They are holding on here. 2 minutes left on the clock.
It's beautiful. For a second there, I thought that since Delta had that Nano up faster and was able to get the Nano onto their Reinhardt and Goldmine, he was able to take out Thorcraft here, but on the back end, will die. And it sounds like Domina did commit suicide by shooting a missile at Stragglenuts here.
That is not the start you want as a defending team, putting yourself in a 5v6
yeah, but they
position.
still have the turret. They still have that 6th player.
No, that went down almost immediately. Yukto is down as well. Dominique is back with the tactical visor, but now there's going to be 2 shields in the way and nothing to protect that Soldier 76 with the tank line out of the fight for Ragnarok Academy. TJ Virus will sweep through and capture the point. Oh, you got to feel bad for Domina there. Probably put the team at a disadvantage by killing themselves. Well, not probably. Did put the team at a disadvantage. Now look at it, the ultimates. You've also given TG Virus opportunity to build up ultimates. They've got the Nano Blade on the table. Stragglenuts showing the proficiency on another hero here. There you go, the Nano Blade investor cuts down Flatliner, swings through, taking Swifter out of the fight as well. Hunting down Domina, not able to get the kill there, but they've done your job, taking 2 out of the fight, giving so much space for the attacking team to push forward. As this cart, okay, it's only one person on the cart. So, you know, not so much progress created, but look at the space available. You see the tank line, 4TG Virus pushed all the way up to the end of point B. They're just waiting for Ragnarok to come out, daring them to come out. Switching with these double shields available, going to be very difficult. There you go, the engagement now is on the second final turn of the Streets phase. Nice little trap on top of the cart. Strugglenuts has changed across onto the Junkrat. You hear that maniacal laughter ringing out across the battlefield. Earthshatter from Govan just into the shields for the defending team. There's Earthshatter there as well from Thorcraft. Doesn't get anyone either. But Max stood on the flank. Picks up 2 with the Deadeye. That's a great start. Gets hunted down by Domina. But with the sound barrier in tow, it looks like TG Vice is going to just push through this defense right here. Not much space to go, only one turn. There's a sound barrier now from the defending team. Hitman brings that out at the right time to keep them alive and in this fight. Oh, Govan gets an nano boost with charges all the way out of the fight. Has to run back, swinging that hammer, but most of the nano boost is burned off in that time. Yeah, and Govan's so low. Yugto going after them with the overload and the molten cores on the field as well. Attack visor over the top as well, not really required. Maybe wanted to hold that as Domina, but in the end it is that Torbjorn that turns the tide of the fight at the end. Great work by Yugto. Sticking on this hero, making it work. And understand Straggle Nuts as well. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that little battle play out there. Only the nano boost available for the defense at the moment. The Gravitic Flux there from Mr. Postman picks up Scripter, who goes very low. Just kept it alive. No, not quite able to be kept alive, even with a great fire grenade from Flatliner there.
Well, the anti came out as well, hitting him. So the nade was nice, but anti-nade beats your own nade every single time.
Yep, and eventually TG Vice will push through, sitting at 2.5 minutes left in their time bank right now to push through maybe 2/3 of point C.
Ragnarok is doing a fantastic job holding this.
Oh, definitely.
Well, the tire gets shot down. Tragnos might be there alone, but he is fairly isolated from his team here. And now it's going to be Hitman
and they know
onto him.
They know exactly where he is. Hopefully Hitman's able to survive this time. Oh, Hitman! Oh no!
Oh, misses the wall right.
Oh no! So again, a member of Ragnarok Academy killing themselves just before a team fight, giving space for TG Viruses to push into it. And that's going to force out the Gravitic Flux from Scripter. Slams down 2, almost able to finish off Postman, but not quite. There is an Ana there in support of that Sigma player. In the meantime, the rest of Ragnarok comes out, helps solidify their position, pushes back TG Virus ever so briefly. Minute 30 left on the clock, maybe 2 decent fights left in it for the side of TG Virus, but definitely holdable for Ragnarok. And they're coming up, look, they're coming up on 5 ultimates. They're closely matched on the floor on the other side. The Molten Core. There you go, it's out on the field. The Earthshatter comes through.
Oh, they could look at it in the middle of the Molten Core.
Oh, that's right. They got some of it out on the field. That's what matters. There is a little bit of denial there. Of course, they survived as well. Again, another tie from Strugglenuts denied. Flatliner doing the job here. It's quite even on the cart at the moment. 2v2, but Strugglenuts on the high ground will prove the deciding factor. Drops down onto Flatliner, takes them out of the fight. It's all TG Virus all over the cart. Now we'll see if Hitman's able to get back. No, Strugglenuts finishing that off. The cart will push through to the golden box of victory. TG Virus taking out Kings Row, making it a clean sweep, getting the revenge from the last time they played. Of course, Ragnarok taking the clean sweep then. Fantastic work for TG Virus, but a commendable effort from Ragnarok Academy that almost took out Kings Row. It's a great... Yeah, so as I said, you know, almost done by Ragnarok. Great play. I really enjoyed the way they played on Kings Row. We saw Domina Homina really light it up on that Soldier 76. Yes, got that unfortunate suicide on first point, giving the point over to the side of TG Virus, but they had a great showing there. I particularly enjoyed Hitman as well. After swapping on the last map, picking up the Zen, picking up the Lucio were absolutely fantastic. Those crucially well-timed ultimates, keeping their team alive and allowing them to push the cart to where they did. Flatliner coming in as well. Great Ana, pumping out a lot of healing. And of course, not to be forgotten, the tank line as well. Thor and Scriptor doing what they could to protect their team. Definitely enjoyed seeing Thor swing away with that hammer when the time came, giving Govan a run for their money. Wasn't all the Govan show today. It was definitely competitive from Ragnarok, particularly on King's Row. But to focus on the winning team here, TG Virus had an absolutely blistering match today. We saw some great performance out of all the members of the team. Govan was doing a fantastic job on the Rhine. Not quite nailing those Earth Shatters, but swinging away, doing lots of damage, making great use of those nano boosts that were laid on by Delta. It was building them up incredibly fast and fantastic. I've particularly enjoyed the bio grenades coming out from Delta. We saw it, that one case on Anubis.
He had beautiful timing. Thorcraft messed up his shield once in a while, was anti and going into the fight. Without Zarya available on his side, he just didn't get the protection or the cleanse that he needed there. The other thing is, it seems that Ragnarok did not practice for this current meta here. So for them to be able to pull anything off while being slightly blindsided, props on that one. Beautiful showing, like you said, on that last map.
Yep, perhaps, just need a little time to get into it. Once they got into it, they showed that they are ready. So I'm looking forward to what they pull out next week when it comes to the meta they are prepared for. That what kind of compositions they have ready, showing off a bit of that Sigma Zarya, just a little, heads up to the team they play. But I mean, if we were to pick a player of the game, not necessarily one play, who would it be? Do you think somewhere in there with a DPS line, perhaps from TG Virus, or Strugglernut going absolutely ham on the Junkrat? Good showing there at the end on the Genji as well. Maybe Max on the McCree. I mean, just deadly across all 4 maps we played today. Just constantly getting 2 or 3 final blows in every fight, taking pharmacies out of the sky, doing a fantastic job on that hero. Perhaps Delta. Postman Sigma, also a good candidate for player of the match. I mean, it's not a hero you're seeing too much of these days. Yeah, the hero pools are making it a little more likely, but Postman did such a good job having Gravitic Flux so quickly every time.
I've surprisingly seen quite a bit of Sigma in this division. I think almost every single team, except for potentially 1 or 2, has been picking up the double shield during this tournament so far. And yeah, with here, like you said, with your events coming up and going around, it is going to be fairly interesting to see what comes up next.
So I'm going to nominate Postman for my player of the match for coming in and delivering the goods when TG Virus needed it most, setting them up for this victory here. So they get their first win of the season. That's good news, and we're looking forward to seeing them taking it forward as well. Has anyone else
regroup and fix the issues they needed to fix, and now they're coming out strong. There's still 3 games left. Let's see what they can do in those 3 games.
Yep, and they're certainly in it to win it, and they're looking to follow up their runners-up last year with the division win this year. So I'm really looking forward to what they come out with. Also, Ragnarok Academy, a great team, a fun team to watch. I particularly love the personalities on the team. We heard from Sir earlier, the coach of the team. You got Thor leading the way in a team called Ragnarok Academy. I mean, there's a certain thematic semblance there. So in the end, great match. If you want to keep track of all the other great action we've got here at Revolution Overwatch, make sure you're following us on Twitter _RevolutionOW. Join the Discord. You're here at Twitch, you know where it is, unless of course you're watching the YouTube VOD, in which case there's a Twitch. It's Revolution OW. So yeah, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, join the Discord so you can keep up to date on all the amazing action we have going forward. You can see Rin's in action, either producing, casting, or playing. There's plenty of places you can see.
Oh, that's always bad. Just watching me play is always a very, very bad thing. There's a reason why I'm actually a sub. Because I'm currently on a team with some really, really amazing players. So it's going to be hard to compete for my starting spot
I'm pretty sure you're a sub to give the other teams a chance.
Thank you. Very flattering and very nice here.
No problem.
Temporal, the MVP caster so far, showing up big when he needs to, showing engagement, and doing quite the better job than other people, especially me here. He does do the
Hopefully.
background checks for the team, so if you get cast by him, you're in very, very good hands. And I just want to put out there, yeah, this is, I think, as your main producer or anything else, I think my first or second one, or was full with casting with producing, so I'll get better at it. Shape, Sunmilk, and Soldier do a more beautiful job in any of that one. So hopefully next time you guys have them to have that extra cream, extra cherry on top for your streaming pleasure.
Yep. In any case, this will be good night from us. So thank you all for joining in. You saw TG Virus take out Ragnarok Academy, pausing the apocalypse, at least for now. Thank you, everyone, and good night.